Now, time for Fox Carolina weather. Weather Rate certified most accurate local forecast.
And taking live outside right now, our tower cam, low visibility out there. You heard Ben talk about at the top of the hour, we could see some fog in the morning. We're also watching a system moving into the Carolinas. We do have a slight chance of severe weather tonight. And Ben, I think whenever these things happen overnight, we really take a little bit more caution with them because a lot of people sleeping might not hear these warnings if we happen to get one.
Absolutely. It's really imperative that everyone, before they go to bed tonight, to have a way of getting a severe weather alerts to your, whether it be your phone or NOAA weather radio. The Fox Carolina News app is really handy in these situations if you have it enabled to receive weather alerts. So just do that before you head to bed. I know it's just a low threat, but it's not very often where we have these big lines of thunderstorms move through the area while we're sleeping. That's why some of the deadlier severe weather outbreaks are when they move through overnight. Luckily, not seeing anything major as of yet. We've got some heavier rain moving into westernmost North Carolina, where we have a flash flood watch in effect. Some stronger cells just to the west of that. So eastern Tennessee, some very heavy rain, some gusty wind, and lots of lightning as well. A lot of these cells have been weakening as they progressed eastward, which is encouraging to see. And this little cell that's moving into Rome, Georgia at the present time, that at one point had a tornado warning associated with it, but fortunately that has also lost some of its rotational characteristics. Looks like it's got another little inflow notch there. I'm not sure if they're going to reissue the warning for that area, but these are the things we'll be watching overnight to make sure that you're informed if any of these impact the western Carolinas, northeast Georgia. A reminder, as I just said, flash flood watch is in effect for westernmost North Carolina through 8 a.m. So that's Rabun, Macon, Swain, and Graham counties through 8 a.m. So that's where flooding is most likely. Outside the flood watch area, it's still possible to get some localized flooding in some low-lying areas, but shouldn't be a widespread problem, but it is possible. What else is? The low chance for severe weather. We have a marginal risk for severe weather. Better chances happen to our west, which was definitely evident in places like Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. So that forecast verified fairly well, but still a non-zero chance of damaging winds and just the very outside chance at a spin-up tornado. So not a big chance by any means, but it's moving through overnight. So we want to take those extra precautions in case we get that one rogue storm that spawns a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning or anything like that. So between now and about midnight, rain will become heavier and more widespread across the mountains and eventually the upstate. 2, 3, 4 a.m. we'll start to see that move through the upstate. Easternmost areas by around 3, 4, 5 a.m. Wind profiles will be a little bit more favorable for some rotation, so that's a time frame to watch in those easternmost counties. But safe to say, as our winds are getting a little more organized, the storm should mostly be out of the area, so the timing just won't quite be right for severe weather, which would be a perfect scenario, but that's something we have to see till the end. Visibility is a bit down, as you saw out of our tower cam. A bit foggy, half-mile visibility in Newberry, 3/4 of a mile in Greenwood, 2.5 and 2 miles in Anderson and Greenville. As you can see, temperatures have stayed in the 50s. Really haven't seen much change in that, and we are lucky enough to be in this cool air wedge pattern that has been in place all day. The warm front was located to our south. So that's really done a good job in mitigating our atmosphere and keeping it stable so we don't have a ripe atmosphere for development, as well as winds from the northeast. We would need them a little bit more from the south, like they are a little bit farther west. So that's likely not going to happen, that wind shift, until about 4 or 5 in the morning. 51 and patchy fog after the storms move through tonight. 49 for you in the mountains and slight chance at a stray shower. Watch out for the fog in the morning. 68 and 74 your afternoon high temperatures. So a spectacular day overall, not quite perfect, but we'll rate it an 8 out of 10 for your Wednesday as we continue to see things improve, and they'll warm up immensely. Friday and Saturday, we're talking middle 80-degree high temperatures. So we'll get a couple of nice mild days before we see a little taste of summer by Friday and Saturday. Lower mid 80s. Those 80s continue the rest of the weekend. Just a slight chance of showers Sunday into next week, and then we see another cool down back to the 50s and 60s next Tuesday.